obviously next up is a nice trip to East Lansing. A team that we went in there last year, and it was as physical a game as I've been a part of. It was a game that I don't expect any different type of game this year. We obviously in the first game played without Kofi. It was a unique game in the fact that the game was the court was really open. I thought we did some really good things on the offensive side. The ball movement was terrific. The paint was open. Our ball screen package was good, and then we did a very solid job in transition in that game. Of other than the first midway through the first half, Brown got loose for a few, but I expect a hard-fought battle. I expect us to fight better than we did. It hurt my soul after the Rutgers game for them to feel like they played harder than my team. That doesn't happen very often, and I've really challenged our guys with that. I think Rutgers is playing better than anybody in the league right now. And there was a analytic that came out. You guys all know I dive into those hard. With the shots taken in the game, in the Rutgers game, 92% of the time we would win the game. We went 0 for 13 from the three. You could put the worst shooter in the history of the game in the gym and probably make 1 of 13. We got great looks. It was not our night. We had a segment where we were 3 of 10 in the second half from the free throw line with front ends of 1-on-1s and a couple of them. Bad night. And we're going to challenge our guys and we've got to respond and play. But again, I want to make sure Rutgers gets all the credit because they outfought us and deserve to win the game.
Hey, Brad, done this long enough to know you won't tip your hand on these things, but in times you've made a lineup change like Jake last year, what leads to why you do it, how you do it, and when you do it?
Feel, I think there's a right to, you have a right to earn it and play through certain things sometimes. I think there's an opportunity when you're not playing well to keep it and try to push through things. I think there's an opportunity when you have it to go to the bench and see a little bit of something different, maybe relieve some pressure, maybe it's a feel thing. It's productivity off the bench. It's consistency. But it's more field than anything.
Are you at a point where you feel like you have to do something different, switch things up, especially with the way RJ has been playing recently?
Maybe. Who knows? I mean, the one thing I'm never going to stomach is the fact that my team got outplayed. That pisses me off. That's some bullshit, to be honest. And I'm going to fight for that. And I'm going to play guys. I don't care if they're 5 dudes at the rec center. We're going to fight now. And we built a reputation based on fighting. We built a reputation based on our toughness, playing with an edge. We got punked, and that's plain and simple. They took it to us.
Thanks, Brad.
Brad, with that being said, how was practice yesterday, and what will it be like today?
I don't know. If I knew I wouldn't lose my job, I'd put them in football pads, tell Bielema to come over and start handing the ball off to one of them and see if we can bowl somebody over. I don't know. We were great yesterday. So unfortunately, it's February. The game's so much about energy. You gotta bring it, and it's as much mental as anything. Positive energy and energy makes the ball go in. And I'm really a big believer in that. We were good yesterday. We'll get after them here again today, and see what that brings. We can never run. We can't run from a bad outing, and it's always back to the grindstone. And you get knocked down, you get up, and it's not in this league you're going to get knocked down. We don't play in some of these low level leagues like when I was at SFA. I mean, we were working on 3 scouts a year. That was it. We never even covered teams half the time. So in this league, you're going to get knocked down, and it's about how many times can you get up and rally.
Is the lack of effort tied to the rebounding struggle you guys have had, or is there something else there that you can pinpoint to the rebounding, Brad?
Oh, it's pretty much effort. So DeMonte's got 7 rebounds in the last 3 games, and the 3 games prior to that, he had 24. You go figure. And I'm just calling him out because he's a senior and he's a 5th-year guy and he can take it. But it's everybody else's responsibilities as well. Jake's not rebounding. We're getting nothing from our guards. I can do rebounding drills till the cows come home, but if we're not playing with the energy we need, we're going to get smacked. Kofi's not rebounding. Hell, Kofi gets a double-double, and he's satisfied with that. Kofi needs 25 rebounds. You got to go chase balls.
Coach, the last 5 minutes there against Rutgers, you had some success with the full court pressure, some ball pressure, and turning them over a little bit. Does that give you some confidence that you can do that a little bit more in the games down the stretch? Well,
first of all, we had 1 turnover. Okay, so in that segment, you're down. They got conservative. It's a combination of. We gave them a little different look, and it's something we spend a little bit of time on. But it was more the energy of the guys than the press itself. The press got us playing hard, and it got us flying around and playing with energy. Coleman made one of the best plays of the year, the block on the big kid. I'm just drawing a blank on his name. I got Michigan State on my mind. Omayuri. And it was one of the best plays of the year, but it was just energy. And, that's doesn't matter what defense you play. If you don't play it hard and with energy and with a chip on your shoulder, you're going to get punched. So, yeah, but I liked it. It was good.
You have a veteran team. You've gotten good leadership from those seniors and 5th-year seniors. Was Rutgers a step backwards in terms of that? And how important is that in these road games specifically?
Have you seen who they've beaten? Step backwards. That's the best team in the league right now. Now, it's unfortunate Harper's out. That's a good basketball team, guys. And I mean, they beat us. Step backwards. I mean, you're going on the road in this league. I don't look at it like that. So you guys, I know, need to sell print ads and whatever, but I don't look at it like that.
Thanks, Coach.
Brad, you guys don't lose back-to-back games very often. You haven't minced words about the team's effort, but how do you go about, making sure that, there aren't repeat performances when you guys get outworked like that?
I don't know. You got any answers? What would you like me to do so I don't repeat it? I mean, we've been pretty good so far. So what makes you think we're going to do that again? Come on, man. We're going to play hard. We wash our hands. We move on. And you guys understand we're not playing in the Southland. I mean, and I don't mean the South. We're playing in a real basketball league with really good players. And damn, we're going to fight, and the other team's going to fight. Rutgers outfought us. We went to the Pizza Hut parking lot, and they kicked our ass. And you know what? We're going to get up, and we're going to go again. And if you guys have, any of you have ever been in a street fight, sometimes you get your butt kicked. What are you going to do? Lay down and take it? No, we're going to fight back, and that's who we are.
Hey, Brad, if I can throw you a little bit of a curveball, tomorrow the Illinois High School boys basketball state tournament begins. First time in I guess, 27 years, they're heading to Champaign and every kid's dreaming of going to Champaign. Why was that important to you? And then what impact could it maybe make for Illinois basketball?
Couple reasons. One, I'm a very big believer that scholastic basketball should be held on where education is a part of it. It should be held on a college campus. And we're the state institution here. It's been here for so long. I think it's just it's an honor. I think it's the best high school basketball in the country. And I think it's an honor to have it on our campus and should be. I think that it means a lot. Not that it didn't mean anything at any place else, but I think it's really a cool atmosphere. It's maybe an extra little motivation. Hey man, we get to go play where the Fighting Illini are playing. And I think it's just the education piece to me means a lot. I think it's the way it should be. I think students want to come to the University of Illinois. And for some, I always go back to Deion's story. It was the first time he'd ever been here. And how impactful it was for him. So means a lot. And I mean, I'm excited that teams are out there striving to want to come play in the State Farm Center.
Thanks, Brad.
Brad, are you seeing stagnation in terms of either ball movement or player movement? It seems like sometimes maybe there's four guys kind of watching Kofi instead of trying to move without the ball. Are you seeing that, or is it not a big concern for you?
Maybe at times, but when I start going through all the analytics,
right?
I mean, 92% of the time we win that game with the shots we take, and guys shooting normal percentages. I mean, am I supposed to be discouraged by that? I mean, I'll take those odds every single day. I can't control the ball going in. We got really, really good shots. We missed our first 13 threes. I would line those guys up and have them shoot threes all night. And again, you guys got to understand the game is about energy. It's not, you got to have the right energy, the right emotion, and the right vibe for that ball to go in. If you got a little bit of down or a little bit of whatever, the ball doesn't go in. It's just the way the game works. And I liked our actions. I thought that, we did some things, and the first half I thought was beautiful. I mean, I thought it was terrific. But I mean, we've got a chance to cut it to 4. Jake smokes an uncontested layup. Kofi gets the offensive rebound, misses 2 free throws. And they come down and score. And I mean, and then things are completely different. And it's one of those nights. I like what we're doing. I'll give those. They're the same shots, the same stuff we've been running all year. And you got to keep telling them to shoot it, and they're going to go in.
Thanks, Brad.
Brad, have you been able to pinpoint maybe where the lack of energy comes from? Is it just because it's February 15th or 16th on the road? Or, I mean, is there something else you saw?
It's one game, guys. We just beat the hell out of Indiana at Indiana. And it's hard. It's February. A lot of games, a lot of travel. I wish I could pinpoint it. Like I said, we haven't had great energy in 3 games: Purdue, Northwestern, and here, and this last one. And I'd like to say that we were mature. We're not. I referenced you've got, we haven't contested shots at the rim. We haven't taken charges. We haven't dove on the floor for loose balls. We got to be better at that. And the energy finds usually the winner. And there's a great equivalency in that.
How do you balance that with your guys? I mean, you tell us it's one game, but obviously it's clear you're frustrated. Like, how do you balance not making it into, the end of the world, but also getting your point across?
Do what I always do. I mean, it's as much mental as it is physical. It's a lot of conversations and not accepting. And again, RJ's been terrific. Coleman was terrific. They gave us life. They gave us some energy. Trent's very consistent. The other night, Gio has 0 at half. Trent's on him. I make the change at halftime and put him on Mulcahy. They take Mulcahy off the ball and other guys get going. And DeMonte, Jake, Plummer, whoever it is, those guys got to rise to Trent's level. And, I'm tired of watching them get exploited. And it's schematics as much as it is effort. But Trent every single night is there. And to be honest, Kofi hadn't been guarding any good. And we're making too much out of his double doubles when that son of a gun should be getting 25 rebounds a night. We got to get more from him as a leader of this team and one of the best players in the country. He's got to give us more. So it's every single person. It's not just one.
Thanks, Brad.
Brad, I mean, liking the quality of shots. I mean, is there a mental side of that you can maybe attack a little bit just to help them get past, going over 13?
I hope so. I was a shooter. I go back. All I know is you got to keep shooting, and you come out on the other side better. You can't make them for them. You can't, we're trying to do more. We tried to do more. Sorry, I got a whole bunch of construction going on in the background if you guys hear it. But you do dummy shooting, you do live shooting, you do scrimmage shooting. We're back scrimmaging a lot more to get game speed reps. But in the meantime, those guys got to keep getting in the gym, and they're doing that. Plummer and Jake came back after we got home at 2 a.m, and they were in the gym. I don't know. One of our coaches was up here till 4, so they were in here till that. Working on it. Good things will happen to those guys when they do that.
I mean, maybe in the moment of an over 13, do you want to see them pivot and try something else, or do you want? Just keep putting the shots up?
Got to make open shots. There were open shots. You can't pivot and go do something else when they're open. That's literally being selfish. And being selfish doesn't always mean shooting it. Being selfish means turning down a shot you normally take.
Thank you.
Brad, I want to follow up. I can't not ask. Did something happen in the Pizza Hut parking lot with you?
When I was in high school, that's where you went when you wanted to throw down. You dragged Main Street. Somebody, rear-ended you, bumped you, at the stoplight. We had a 5 stoplight town. We turned around at the Dairy Queen parking lot, but you wanted to get away from Main Street, so you're away from the cops, and the Pizza Hut set off the interstate. So we all went to the Pizza Hut parking lot whenever we needed a good throwdown. So, that's before everybody shot everybody. Nobody did that back in the day. We just lined up and, turned the car lights on and had some fun. See if we could get bloodied up a little bit.
Kansas up.
It was never good when you woke up in the morning and mom asked you what happened.
Thank you, Brad.
Coach, we haven't discussed the Michigan State all that much. What are some keys to the game for you guys tomorrow?
Match their fight. Iz didn't let their guys talk to the media, so I'm sure they've had some real constructive practices as well. So, you got to match their fight. We didn't match it last year in there. You've got to be back in transition. I'm sure that they have witnessed our rebounding totals at Rutgers. That's the same Rutgers team we out rebounded 16. So I'm sure that that point has been brought home. They posted our 4 men last game. So I imagine that'll be probably a big part of what they're trying to do again. But yeah, if we don't play harder than Michigan State, we won't beat them. And that's my biggest key going in.
Thank you.
Brad, is this kind of the perfect next opponent for you guys, given how they play and given what you want to see your guys do on the floor?
Not really. It doesn't matter who we play next. If we were playing Podunk U, Division IX, we better respond. We better, as a team of grown men, we better respond better than the way we responded against Rutgers. Cause that to me, that's just classic getting whipped. And, you know, I've made it in this business and been successful in this business because my teams and everybody that plays our teams knows that we fight. And you guys have covered me for a long time, and we didn't fight the other night. We just took it, and that it doesn't matter who we play.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Anybody want to go to? If anybody wants, oh, you go ahead, Ken. If anybody wants to go to Pizza Hut, I'll be there in about 2.5 hours.
Thanks, Coach.
There you go, DP.
Having lived in Kansas for 4 years, when I asked about what the best pizza was in Manhattan, Kansas, I was told Pizza Hut. And having experienced Chicago and other types of pizza, I was a little taken aback by that, but they're very proud of Pizza Hut pizza in the state of Kansas. Its headquarters was in Wichita, and he grew up not too far from there. So that was the spot.
You step.
Okay, welcome back. We're ready to get started with Trent. Audio good down here? You guys good? Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Hi, Trent. Thanks for coming on. Coach Underwood talked a lot about a lack of energy at Rutgers. You know, from your standpoint as a fifth-year guy, a leader of the team, what can you guys do? You and DeMonte and Jake, what can you do to kind of lift that energy up a little bit?
Preparation. We got to do a better job of just bringing energy in practice, you know, 2 days before the game. Like I said, just preparation, just being mentally focused, knowing it's going to be a fight going on the road, you know, knowing we're going up a team that plays, you know, just as hard as us. So we just got to mentally prepare, as, you know, for that 2 days before we, you know, we step in that arena.
Seems like the team's in a little bit of a shooting slump. What would you attribute that to? And Coach Underwood talked about just continuing to shoot open shots, but is there some underlying issue you think with the shooting slump?
Nah. Jake's a great shooter. DeMonte's a great shooter. We got some unbelievable shooters. You know, I tell them just keep shooting the ball. We're getting some great looks right now, and you know, and I told them every time they're open, I'm gonna continue to kick it out to them. I told them not to change a thing, and you know, we're gonna see some balls go in this week, and we're gonna be fine. So nothing should change. Just, you know, I told them just keep shooting the ball.
Thanks, Trent.
Trent, how tough is this time of year mentally and physically when you go middle of February here, you guys trying to grind through?
I mean, it just all comes down to preparation, you know, small little details. You know, you got to come in, get in and get out. But, you know, you got to, you know, when you're in the gym, getting ready for practice, you got to take that little time seriously, you know, getting better in the things you guys are struggling at. This is the time where, you know, you try to get your team, you know, more connected because, you know, the stretch right now is going to be tough, but it really is just all mental. You know, it's a mindset, and we got to continue to come in every day and just get better and, you know, just stay together.
How does that sit with you when coach calls you guys soft in a sense, especially being a fifth-year guy and a leader on this team?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. How does it sit with you when coach essentially calls you guys soft or says you're not playing hard enough? And that's something he takes personal, obviously. As a fifth-year guy, like how does that sit with you?
It's tough. Obviously, it's tough, but I mean, we can't control. You know, like I said, we got to control what we control. We cannot, you know, control the Rutgers game. Our focus is Michigan State this Saturday, and we know what kind of, you know, game this is going to be. We know it's going to be a football game, so we got to bring our helmet and shoulder pads and be ready to scrap with them for 40 minutes. And I'm sure, you know, our guys are ready for that. So, you know, we're going to take that challenge and be ready, you know, to go in there and try to get a win.
Thanks, Trent.
Hey, Trent, I wanted to ask you, you've been wearing that, shoulder pad basically most of the year. What's that feel like and how's that help you? I just wanted to ask you that this year.
I mean, it feels fine. I mean, I played with it, like I said, most of the year. It doesn't bother me anymore, but I mean, it just helps, keep my shoulder in place so it doesn't just get dislocated again. But I try to, just not worry about it or focus on it too much while I'm in the game because I don't want it to, distract me. But besides that, my shoulder's feeling fine and, but it just helps, keep my shoulder in place.
Coach talked about how you really pushed to play in every practice, all of that. But you've needed a little rest given the minutes and injuries you've had. What's this been like, Trent, to try and push yourself, but also be smart with your body here?
I would say it's been tough. Obviously, having in my position, point guards being out, but being in fifth year, I gotta step up. So, I try not to make any excuse this year of, me being tired. I don't get tired. So, I try to just come in every night, just give, my best to the team and do whatever it takes to win.
Thanks, Trent.
Hey, Trent, it seemed like Coach didn't want to make too big of a deal out of one loss to a really, really good team at home. But how do you guys flush that quickly, just knowing there's 5 really important games down the stretch here?
We flush it knowing we're in first place still. Obviously, like I said, we could have been better, but control what we control. We're ready to, we're ready for Michigan State, and obviously after watching the film, we learned a lot, but we got to control what we can control and move forward. We can't dwell on, the past of, what we could have done or what we should have done, but we got to do it this week, this Saturday. Like I said, we know what we're getting into and we're going to be prepared.
And what do you think that lack of energy that Coach talked about against Rutgers, what do you think led to that? Is it just because it's February and February's a grind, or is there something more to it, or is there anything you can pinpoint?
Like I said, it's preparation. We got to be better in practice, leading up to game day, and just competing. We kind of tend to walk through sometimes, but like I said, we have that small little time slot. We got to come out here and compete, on defensive and offensively. So we just got to be mentally focused, leading up to, game days and of, getting after it, before, we go to war.
Thanks, Trent. Appreciate it.
Hey, Trent, this is Kevin. Quick question for you. Why do you think you guys are having this problem or these issues this late in the season? When it comes to regards to playing hard. I mean, you're a fifth-year senior, and DeMonte's been around, and Jake. Why is this an issue right now, you think? Because Coach Underwood talked about you guys going out and competing. I mean, this shouldn't be an issue, I think, with only 6 games left in the conference.
It's been a long season. We just got to find to have that feel. We got to have fun. Obviously, we come in every day ready to work, but we just got to have fun with it because it's a long season and we just got to figure out, when time and place of, when, just to have fun and have fun with everything we're doing and not just see it as, we're practicing, hard every day. And I think that's the main focus, going out there, competing, playing really hard, but also having fun. So, we're not, wearing ourselves out.
Thank you.